Disappointing start. He's really made amends for that. Our player has a big lead over Bob Simpson in second place. Everyone else trying to be third. Getting to third place, but again the angle a bit deceptive there, but not far away from him. Was the car and now got his foot there. And everyone around the outside of Charleston. No British through the car snapping away from him on the exit towards the kind of spin. Disappointing to the rest of the start. Dave Hodgkin, as expected, is getting away. Bob Simpson P2 in turn has got a decent gap over Richard Jenkins. There's that bad of a third that was very busy a moment ago. Where are the two championship contenders? Well, they're falling away, aren't they? Peter Bove and Mark Glover. But as Mark Glover isn't moving forwards, this is absolutely fine for Peter Bove. He'll be fine with this. He's what, 6, something like that, ahead of Mark Glover. It's really strange that Mark Glover hasn't seemed to have the pace that he's had for the last 2 seasons this year. He hasn't won any of the races, has he? He's had a few second places. He's actually had 1 second place, hasn't he? Which was at Silverstone. So it's been a bit of an odd season, really, for somebody that's been so successful in the last 2 years.
Yep, so 12 minutes of the race left to go. And there you can see Chris Goff in the number 7 car, the violet-coloured machine. And there are the 2 championship contenders. 2, Peter Bove, runner-up last year, but a 4-time champion in the past at number 1. Mark Glover now both does take a deeper light that time, and although Glover tried to make it from the inside, I think that shows that the outside line does work, really. Bove able to hang on. Chris Goff just tucked in behind them. The Race Kits Falcons are side by side again. You can see different aero on those 2 cars as well, but similar chassis. Side by side, but Andrew Kemp getting ahead of things as they run down to Agostini for the 2nd time. It's going to be the 11 car of Raymond Barley that, it will get back through because that's a little bit too wide, Agostini, for Andrew Kemp. If you start using the grass, that's not advisable. He's now lost the position again to Raymond Barley.
Now, wide is good, but green is not. That is too wide, and that means that a place only is lost for Andrew Kemp. In fact, he's still ahead of Peter Bove, who still is coming under pressure from Mark Glover in this battle for 6th and 7th positions. They turn their way, crawling their way through Oggies. Where's the grip? Can they find it? How much throttle input can they put in before they do what Steve Boover did, a lap ago and have a spin? That's not what they want to do. There is Mark Glover then. Up the curve, so happy to use lap without there being too much of a lack of grip. There's Bob Simpson still second. He was 2 seconds ahead of Richard Jenkins at the end of the previous lap, and he's keeping that pretty static for now. Dave Hodgkin's way out in front, like he was yesterday, like he was qualifying as well. Yeah, no, Richard Jenkins best performance, out by the position. Then Barley through again. That's been a good performance from him. Those 2 drivers haven't been before, have they? Much more experience in low cost, and it's been a winner there. Side by side now we go with Peter Bove and Mark Glover, and Mark Glover just getting himself ahead of Bove, 3 scorers for 6, but the grand scheme of things that's just not going to be enough, is it?
No, it's not going to change anything as far as the championship's concerned, because really Glover needs to win, and have Bove non-finish is pretty much what would be needed for Glover to snatch the championship away at the last moment. You've seen Jenkins get across the line there in 3rd position, Raymond Barley 4th, Andrew Kemp 5th, Mark Glover 6th, so 3 race kits in a row there. Then Peter Bove 7th now in the Derby. So there is Mark Glover.
We're seeing kind of similar lap times to qualifying yesterday. Dave Hodgkin a few seconds away from that, but as was the case in qualifying, it's 7 seconds again. That he's quicker than the rest.
Yeah, he's 14 seconds now, very nearly ahead of everybody else in this race after just 2 laps, 9 minutes of which are left to go.
It looks like we're going to get 6 laps in, doesn't it? 5 minutes in 2 laps, so that suggests that 15 minutes will be a 6-lapper. There then is Glover and Bove. So Mark Glover hasn't really got away from Peter Bove after passing him, 4 corners ago. Great big rear wing on Peter Bove's Derby. That's had a lot of work, I think, since it was originally built in 1988. But again, as it's a development form, you can do that. You can use the same chassis and then just keep working on it over the years. And as well as being a development form, it's also then actually a pretty cost-effective way to go motor racing. It's a great way of learning about design and all that goes with that, because there's not actually that many places you can do that if you're looking to have a career in motorsport, building cars, whether that be sports cars or single-seaters. And 750 Formula is somewhere you can learn that.
Yeah, Andrew Kemp just getting off the road. Yeah, you're right, and I think often, there's been an aspiration to get some more motorsport colleges involved in running cars in 750 Formula, precisely for the reasons that you just outlined. But it hasn't necessarily always come off. There's Bob Simpson then, number 4, still running in second position, still about 2 seconds or so clear of Richard Jenkins. Barley, Mark Glover, he's coming now, turning his way through Nelson. He's caught Kemp on this lap, it was just over a second behind. Down a little bit, I think, on this lap. On we go. After the back to Kemp at the end of 2 laps, and it's left quicker than Hill, Goff and Bove and Kemp as well. Steve Mover, see how far he can get up the order. In the lap, he was about 10 seconds behind this battle. Andrew Kemp and Mark Glover that turn their way into Murray. This is for 5th position. As we move into the second half of the race, Dave Hodgins already completed 3 laps to the best of 2 minutes 33.8. Wait to take it 0.6, but he's keeping it 2-second margin over Richard Jenkins. Then it's Raymond Barley in 4th. Then the cars we're watching on the screens in. I think Barley was still there, as he was. Because he's not got a working transponder, so that's making it harder to follow on the timing screen. He's 4 seconds ahead of this battle. Kemp, Glover and Bove. Steve Bove is back to 9th now. He's got himself ahead of Rod Hill as Mark Glover goes for what is 5th position on the inside of Andrew Kemp. Kemp was using that wider line, but Glover was clever there because he used the tighter line and then he blocked Kemp on the exit of the corner, but Kemp still had enough grip to move off of that line and then move around the outside. So it was a good attempt there from Glover, but actually in the end it didn't come off. Andrew Kemp still in front in 5th place. Question from Tom Driscoll: if Jenkins is 3rd, can he still win the Class B Championship? I think the answer is no. It looks like, by our maths, that Steve Booth has already done enough to wrap up the Class B Championship for this year.
Of course, he scored points within Class B for that championship rather than the overall points.
And rather than it for being a different specification of car, it's effectively a different specification of driver, as Andrew Kemp gets that a little bit wrong coming out of Agostini. He'll try and hang on. He's got Glover trying to go around the outside of him at Hamilton, and will do so. He's lost momentum there as well. It might give Peter Booth a chance to have a nibble as they go into August. But I don't think he's quite close enough to make that work. They won't wait for the left-hand side of the circuit.
Kent's had a few off-track moments in this race, hasn't he? A big slide there that lost him that position. There's Peter Bove, who I think he's just taking it cautiously, isn't he? Doesn't want to do anything stupid, and he's running there in 7th position. There's 2nd, still Bob Simpson ahead of Richard Jenkins. Then it's Raymond Barley. Then the battle was 5th. Then if you look in the background, there is Steve Mover. He's got ahead of Chris Fox, just as a popular shot. There we go. Steve Mover put himself up to 8th position. Coming after that. Now there's quite a gap in there through that next group of cars. And he's not really lapping any quicker than them. He's lapping the same pace as them. So he was with them, he'd be battling them. But I don't think he'd quite be able to catch them with the 2 laps at the end of this one here.
No, I think you're right. 4.5 minutes to go, so we are into the final third of the race. Bob Simpson's just gone through as well, and he's now got a bigger lead over Richard Jenkins, who's disappeared, hasn't he?
Not according to the timing screen.
Yeah, it's not.
The gap's gone down according to the screens.
It must have been right behind there. They were so close that they were right together.
Yes, Richard Jenkins just done a personal best lap in 39. Behind them, developing now with some cars catching, and there he goes. He was catching so quickly. Mark Glover's